What's going on, everybody? It's Richie with Hybrid Athletics. This week I'm dedicating it to all my new subscribers who are just getting started in calisthenics training. They're having a little bit of trouble where to start. They don't know how to do it. So I made the most basic, simplest program to get you started. I'm calling the program No Excuses, right? Because there is absolutely no reason for you to not be able to accomplish it. I broke it down to its most simplest form. All the movements are going to carry over into everything else that you like to do. And by establishing these movements as your foundation, it's going to help you be stronger, build muscle, become a better athlete, and just be better at anything that you like to do. All right, there's 5 moves that we're going to be working on. It's a pull-up, it's a push-up, squat, bridge, and leg raise. Those 5 movements will cover everything. Now, eventually, further down the line, we'll get into handstand push-ups, but that's a little more advanced. So until then, we're going to work on these basic movements. Now, if you can't do a traditional pull-up, it's all good. There are lower levels for you to start at and build your strength up until you can get to that point. And it's the same thing actually with the push-ups, the squats, and the deadlifts. So check out the video. Follow the program. It's absolutely free. Like I said, there's no excuses. It only takes 20 minutes or less a day, and you can start making yourself stronger. So check it out. I'll walk you through in the tutorial. Try it out. Let me know how it goes for you. Day 1, pull-ups and push-ups. Now this is a pull-up. This is just a variation of a pull-up. It makes it a little easier. I'm still squeezing everything. I'm still learning how to use the pull muscles. It's all good if you can't go straight to the bar. You start right here. In day 1, we're going to do 3 sets of pull-ups, as many as we can do. If it's too hard, step up like that. The more upright you are, the easier it's going to be. And even in this position right here, I'm still teaching myself how to use the movement correctly, how to use all my pulling muscles and my pulling chain correctly. I'm still feeling a burn. Over time, you go back down and make it more difficult. And keep track of all your reps the first day. That way you can consistently build up. So after you do 3 sets of pull-ups with 2 minutes break in between, you're going to do 3 sets of push-ups. If you can't do push-ups yet, it's okay. The same principle applies right here. The more upright you are, the easier it's going to be, and you'll build your strength over time. But we're going to do 3 sets of as many as we can do right here, and we're going to keep the breaks consistent, 2 minutes. We're going to keep track of how many reps, because next time we do the workout, we can add a rep here, add a rep there, and consistently progress. As these movements become easier and easier for you to perform, we make them harder by making the movement harder. But this is a good place to start. I'm still feeling it right there. Day 2, we got squats, bridges, leg raises. You gotta learn how to squat like this. If you don't squat like this every day, you're robbing yourself, because it's so good for your joints. Squatting is good for your knees. Don't let anybody tell you it's bad for your knees. If you can perform it correctly, it's good for your knees, and it's great for your hips as well. Now you see I'm using the bar to assist myself. And the same thing applies. We're going to do 3 sets, as many as we can do, starting here with the bar. Once you get to the point where you can do, I would say 3 sets of 30 of this movement, you will have developed enough strength to progress the movement and make it more difficult. After squats, we're going to do our bridges. Great for the posterior chain. We're strengthening everything in the back, and we're lengthening everything in the front. And most people have chronically tight hip flexors from sitting all the time. So our whole anterior or front side is all tight. And then this is just loosening that up while strengthening those muscles in the back. You got to be contracting the glutes here, the hamstrings, even the calves to a certain degree. And bridges will do wonders for you. So we'll do 3 sets, as many as we can do. Once you can do 3 sets of 30, we'll make that harder. All right, then we got leg raises. This is level 1 leg raise. just extending your legs like that is going to be enough for some people, but I prefer this to a crunch. It's easier on your back, and I feel like it engages the core more. Once you get that posterior pelvic tilt, the whole core is engaged. You see how I didn't extend my legs all the way on that last one? That's how you can make this a little easier if that's too difficult. Now here's an example of making the exercises a little harder. Let's say you work up to the point where you can do 3 sets of 20 of those body rows with your feet on the ground. Now you're going to be ready to start doing these negative pull-ups, where you could jump up and grab the bar and you just lower yourself, or you hold yourself. But the key here, guys, is making sure you're doing each rep consistently and keeping track of your breaks, so next time we could do more. Now, let's say you worked up to the point where you could do 3 sets of 30 push-ups on the bar. Now we're going to make it a little more difficult by going to the floor, getting our knees on the ground. I know people call it a girl push-up. It's not a girl push-up. I'm feeling this right here in my chest. If you're squeezing and contracting everything and you're getting the most out of your reps, you can make anything work. Okay, day 2 again. Here now we've advanced the squats, right? We can do 3 sets of 30 with the bar. And look at that. Squatting like a baby. That's what I tell people. If you want to know how to squat right, look at a baby. Try and mimic the baby. Get to the point where you could squat like that, and it'll do wonders for your entire life. I'm telling you. But right here, again, we're working up to 3 sets of 30, and there is ways to make the squat harder as well. All right, and here we have a more difficult version of the leg raise. So the further you extend your feet out, the more difficult it's going to be because of the leverages. So once you can do those where you're tucking the knees in, you move on to those. Okay, and here's a more difficult style of bridge. So once those regular glute bridges are too easy and you can crank out 3 sets of 30, you move on to these. And you're gonna feel this in your hamstrings. You're gonna feel this in your glutes. You're gonna feel it stretching out your shoulders in the front, which is a big problem for most people. And once the squats are getting easy, it's time to start getting some lunges in. We get some single leg action, and you see the way I explode up with that leg. All the weight should be on the front leg when you're pulling up. The back leg is sort of just a spot. And that's it, guys. Simple. Alright, so that's it, guys. This should help you get started. We're covering all the bases. You're going to get full body, strength and muscle by, mastering these movements and progressing. Like I said, the most important part of this, is that you're doing every rep consistently, right? So you're not cheating yourself on reps. You're not doing a half-ass rep and then going, oh, that counts as, I hit 20 when the last 5 were cheating. No, you have to be strict with your reps. You got to keep track of how long your breaks are, and you have to keep track of how many reps you're doing every exercise. That's how we get progressive overload, right? So like I said, the first week, if you're doing 3 sets of 10 push-ups, right? The next week, you want to try and do 3 sets of 11, 3 sets of 12, whatever. Even if it's 1 set of 11 and 2 sets of 10, you added a rep that week. And that's progress. And when you keep progressing like that over time, the results will come, right? It's not overnight, but they will come. And some days you're not going to hit your reps. Some days you're going to have worse workouts. It's all good. Sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. And then you're going to have days where you just smash all your old records. Where you hit 3 sets of 10 last week and then you hit 3 sets of 20 this week. And then you go, okay, now this level 1 push-up is too easy. Now I'm going to move to push-up with my knees on the ground. And then after that, once you could do 3 sets of 20 of that, then you move to regular standard push-up. Once you could do 3 sets of 20 of that, we're going to close grip. You get what I'm saying? So that's how we progress it. and we constantly make it harder, and that's how you're going to get the gains. All right, guys, try it out. The No Excuses program. If you like the video, go ahead, leave me a like. Don't forget to subscribe because I got plenty more content like this on the way. And if you got any questions or comments, just leave them in the box below or send me an email. My line's always open. I'm there to help you out. All right, take it easy. I'll talk to you next time.